Yo, what is up guys? Scarface Mike here and welcome to this top 10 Yu-Gi-Oh video. And today I bring you the top 10 quick play spell cards. Yes, this is just in my opinion, so once again, let me know in the comment section below what your top 10 quick play spell cards would be, and if you would disagree or agree with my selections, let me know. So first of all, what is a quick play spell card? Well, quick play spell card during your turn can be activated from your hand during any phase, so even can be activated during your battle phase. So that's what makes the quick play spell card so good. And then also during your opponent's card, if you set down a quick play spell card, you can activate it during your opponent's turn. So it's basically like a trap and a spell all in one, and it basically can be activated any time if you need it. So let's get straight into my top 10. First of all, I'll mention 6 cards that didn't quite make my top 10 but are still very good quick play spell cards, and they are Call of the Atlanteans, My Body as a Shield, Forbidden Dress, Forbidden Chalice, Gemini Spark, and Fires of Doomsday. So you guys can quickly pause the video and see what read the descriptions if you don't know what they do. But anyway, getting into my top 10, and first of all, at number 10 we've got Enemy Controller. And why do I have this card is because it has 2 effects, and 2 very good effects. Change the battle position of one face-up monster from your opponent controls. So obviously if your opponent's about to attack you, you can change it to defense, or if your opponent uses effect while it's face-up in attack or in defense, you can change its battle position to negate its effect. So that's what makes it very good. And even during your turn, you can change its battle position, so defense monster is changed to attack, and then you can attack that monster to take some life points. So that's what's good about it. And also it has another effect: tribute one monster, select one face-up monster your opponent controls, and take control of it. So that can be used for OTKs or to win during this turn. You can use that enemy controller to tribute one monster and take control of one of your opponent's monsters. So that is why I've got it in my 10. Then in at number 9 we've got Magical Dimension. If you control a face-up spellcaster type monster, target one monster you control, tribute it, and then you get to special summon a spellcaster from your hand. But then you can destroy one monster on the field, so you can destroy an opponent's monster, and once again you could be free to attack once you destroy that monster. So that's why I've got that in my top 10, and that comes in at number 9. Moving on into number 8, we've got Circle of the Fire Kings. Now this is a very good card in a Fire Kings deck, obviously, and target one fire monster you control and one fire monster in your graveyard. You get to destroy that monster, and if you do, special summon the monster from your graveyard. So during your battle phase, the best time to use it is during the battle phase. When you attack with one monster, you can use this to attribute that monster, then special summon another monster from your graveyard to attack again. So that can set up a win on this turn, and that's why it's so good. And it's especially good in a Fire Kings deck because you can tribute Garanix, Fire Kings Garanix, and then you get to use Garanix's effect during the next turn. The next standby phase, it gets to be special summon. So that's what's so good about it, and definitely a great card, and very important to the Fire Kings deck. Moving on to number 7, we've got an important card to the Evil Swarm deck, and it is Infestation Pandemic. This turn, all Evil Swarm and Steel Swarm monsters you control are unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards. So it's basically a Forbidden Lance, but you obviously you don't lose attack or anything like that. And it's a very good card in obviously the Evil Swarm deck, and you know your opponent, you don't have to worry about the back row. And I love cards where your opponents are unaffected by spell and trap cards, because I just hate the back row. So that's what's so good about this card, and it comes in at number 7. Moving on to number 6, we have Super Polymerization. Very good card for summoning fusion monsters. Discard one card and send from either side of the field to the graveyard, so you can even use monsters on your opponent's side. Fusion material monsters that are listed on a fusion monster card, then special summon that monster from your extra deck. And then what's even better about this card is spells, traps, and card effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. So that's what makes this quick play spell card so good. And you can do this obviously during your opponent's turn. If you're about to get attacked, you can use super polymerization, and that works well, but it's probably even better to use during your turn, during the battle phase, and then you can attack with a fusion monster and possibly win the game. Moving on to number 5, we've got the favorite Book of Moon. It's limited to 1 now. Target 1 face-up monster on the field and change it to face-down defense. So it's very good against Noble Knights and Budgeons. You know, face-up Noble Knight monster with equips. If you can change it to face-down defense, obviously the equips will be sent to the graveyard, and you cannot equip it unless he has another Noble Knight on the field. They cannot equip it back to the monster because it has to be in a face-up. It has to be face-up to equip it to a Noble Knight. So that's what's so good about this card. And obviously, if your opponent's monster is about attack, you can use this card to negate the attack because you change your opponent's monster to face-down defense. Moving on to number 4, we've got Joey's Scapegoats. Special summon 4 sheep tokens. I'm sure you all know what this card does. What's so good about it, you can use it for a lot of different things, because you've got 4 sheep tokens. It's level 1. You cannot tribute summon, but you can use it for special summons, and also negates attacks because your opponent now has to deal with 4 monsters on your field. So that's what's so good about this card. You can use it for synchro summons, I think, and yeah, it's just a great quick play spell card, but it comes in at number 4. Then number 3, we have the all favorite spellbook card, Spellbook of Fate. It's limited to 1 now, but what's so good about this card and why it is limited to 1 is because it's got 3 effects that you can use, 3 different effects, and all 3 of them are very good effects. Return 1 set spell trap card to the hand, change 1 monster on the field to either face down defense or face up attack position, and the best one, banish 1 card your opponent controls. So even though it's limited to 1 in a spellbooks deck, you can recycle it using the Grand Tower and all the spellbook cards, and that's why I've got it in my top 3. I would be in number 1, but obviously you can only use it in a spellbooks deck, and that's why I've only got it at number 3, because you can only pretty much use it in 1 deck. Then in at number 2, you've got a card that you can use in any deck, and everyone pretty much uses it, and that's what makes it so good, and it is MST, Mystical Space Typhoon. Target 1 spell, trap card on the field, destroy that target. So it's good against continuous spell, trap cards, or field card. You can just destroy that. Or if your opponent has a heavy back row, you can use MST to destroy one of those cards. Just a quick thing, it doesn't negate the effect of the spell trap card. So if you use it to target a set card, your opponent can activate that card and it can still use this effect. So many people don't quite understand that. Then moving on to number 1, and in my opinion is better than MST, and that is Forbidden Lance. Target 1 face-up monster on the field until the end phase. It loses 800 attack, but is unaffected by the effects of other spell trap cards. So if your opponent uses a spell trap card that targets one of your monsters, you could just use Forbidden Lance. It loses 800 attack, but it will not be destroyed or will be unaffected. So that's what makes it so good. And also, if your opponent attacks, you can use this to target one of your opponent's monster and it loses 800 attack, and then you may win the battle during the damage step. So it basically has 2 effects, and that's why I have it ahead of MST. And also you can use it in any deck, and once again, just like MST, that's why it's so good. So that's my top 10 spell quick play cards. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of my top 10 and what your top 10 would be. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.